Nobles, thank you. And joining us now is Florida Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz. So Senator Sanders now commenting on the Netanyahu government. This follows a breakdown in the border talks in the Senate. And now the Speaker Johnson, says Ukraine aid is dependent on transformative border security. But the White House is saying that Ukraine is out of money in weeks. They will not have money for weapons or ammo because the U.S. will not be able to backfill. So the money is spent.
Yeah, no, thanks, Andrea. No, this is a critical problem, and at the end of the day, it fits right into the chaos going on in Washington, right? We're sending a message to the world that we can't handle big problems anymore. We're sending that message to our allies, and our enemies are paying attention, and so I'm really worried about what's going to happen with the aid, not just the Israel aid, but Ukraine as well. And so, look, I'm for doing a complete package if we have to, which is to do the Ukraine funding, to do Israel funding, and to do significant changes at the border. I think the American people want to see that. Obviously, the details have to be worked out, but this is, if we can't get this done, it's not just that we're sending Ukraine a message and Israel a message. The whole world will be watching that Congress is irrevocably broken and can no longer potentially protect our allies. And Russia and Putin is going to seize on that, and so will China. China will see that democracy is failing in Congress.
And do you think the president needs to get more involved in this? We haven't seen a whole lot of presidential engagement. They haven't been called to the White House for meetings to try to knock heads.
Well, look, I think the president is working behind the scenes, and we've seen what that looks like, right, with the diplomacy that he's been doing in the Middle East so far. So he's working behind the scenes. The president is doing exactly what he can. I'm sure we eventually will see those meetings take place. I'm sure we'll eventually see the president go more public with his lobbying effort to try to convince Congress to do our job. I mean, good God. This is our job. And let's not pretend like we're not doing it because we don't believe in the policy. There is a bipartisan agreement to get it done. We just can't function. But by the way, let's not leave Speaker Johnson out of this. Part of this is his fault. And the reason this is his fault is because he could have passed a clean Israel bill, clean Israel aid. He could have brought both parties together on the Capitol steps within weeks of the October 7th attack, within the first week of him being Speaker. But instead, he decided to play politics with it, and he decided to condition that aid with the IRS. And as a result, he knew that bill was dead in the Senate. He was told that bill was dead in the Senate. But he wanted the partisan win. He didn't want to help Israel. So if you're a Republican and you're concerned about Israel aid and you're concerned about not being able to get this done, you got to go talk to Speaker Johnson, because he's the one who could have started off with a clean bill but instead played politics.